What if you could have the unstoppable confidence to achieve whatever it is in your life that you want to achieve, your next goal, your next aspiration, your next dream of who you can be, what you can have? What if you just had the confidence to go out there and do it, whether it's a career goal, a life goal, a personal, like a relationship goal, money goal, whatever? What if you had that confidence? Today, I'd like to share with you 3 lessons that I've learned from 3 people who've really inspired my understanding of confidence. And those people are Mel Robbins, author of the 5 Second Rule and a whole bunch of other great work. Brian Kurtz, one of the partners at Boardroom Inc. as they grew to over $150 million a year in revenue. And then the guy who I worked with on his Titans of Direct Response event featuring some of the greatest marketers and copywriters of our modern era. And also Dan Sullivan, the founder of Strategic Coach, one of the preeminent coaching providers to entrepreneurs and other high achievers. And each one having a lesson on confidence that builds on the other and builds on the other and builds on the other, to help you understand not only what confidence is, but how you can methodically build it in your life. Now, before we get into that, I do want to say that if you're watching this video and you decide that you like it, click the like button so that other people can know that this video is worth paying attention to. Number 2, I would love to hear whether you agree with me, disagree with me, or have something to add to the conversation. Add a comment with this video because I want to engage with you there. Number 3, if you find that this video is valuable and you think other people who you know would find it valuable too, feel free to share it with the world. My goal is to put as much value out there for you as possible. And number 4, subscribe. If you're not yet a subscriber, make sure that you click subscribe with this video so that you can get future content like this from me, as well as get access immediately to the rest of my ever-growing video catalog on similar topics. So with that, let's dive into confidence. Let's dive into confidence from the perspective of Mel Robbins, Brian Kurtz, and Dan Sullivan. So this video, my video to you, I was actually inspired by a video that I saw with Mel Robbins, and I'll make sure to include a link with that. Lots of links in the description, by the way. So the video that I saw, Mel Robbins was talking about confidence and how it's very easy for us, and we're kind of taught in culture that to see confidence as something that people have or don't have. So we look and we see, oh, look at that confident person. That's so amazing. That person is so confident. I wish I was confident like them. That person, oh, they're so lucky to be confident, to have been born with confidence. And Mel Robbins said that is the fundamental myth of confidence, that confidence is not an internal personality characteristic that we have or don't have based on whatever fortune of our birth. Confidence is as she said, a skill that you develop. I agree that it's something that you develop. That the fundamental distinction that determines whether or not you are going to be more confident in a month, a year, a decade from now is whether you believe that confidence is something you have or something you can grow. If you believe that confidence is something that you can grow, then you are able to become more and more and more and more confident as you go through life, as you build your skills, as you go for your goals, as you build your business, as you build your career, whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. If you believe that confidence is something that you can grow, you will. If you believe that confidence is something you have or don't have, my guess is you don't have it. But the good news is you can. You just have to first switch your belief into understanding that confidence is something that you grow, like any skill, like any capability. Confidence is something that you grow. Now, this made me think of my friend Brian Kurtz. Now, Brian and I have known each other for a few years. Brian was the number 2 in command at Boardroom Inc. as they grew past 100 million, past 150 million dollars a year in revenue, primarily generated by selling $39 books through direct mail and then infomercials. Brian really understands the direct response business. He understands how to spend a dollar on putting some kind of marketing out into the marketplace and having it come back as at least a dollar, maybe with some friends in tow and a customer as well. So spending a dollar and getting maybe $2 back and a customer, and how to communicate with that customer through time such that you get more and more dollars for every dollar you spend in marketing. And Brian has started speaking a lot. He didn't speak a whole lot as he was growing Boardroom. Recently, he has transitioned into Titan's marketing. He is building this business to help others learn marketing. And I actually had the great fortune of working with Brian as he developed the Titans of Direct Response seminar, which so many of the most incredible direct marketers of our generation were on stage with Brian, because this event was a tribute to Marty Edelston, who founded Boardroom, who was number one in command when Brian worked with and for him, and who hired the best of the best marketers. So these people on stage, they've generated billions of dollars in revenue for their companies and for their clients. And Brian's there on stage. He talks about marketing. He talks with this extreme confidence from, I know, I've been there, I've done that. And then when some people hear him speak, especially when he tells them, you're not ready for this opportunity, you don't have the skills it takes to be successful here, you don't understand what's going on. When he tells them things like that, he's treated as arrogant. And he's written about the difference between arrogance and confidence, the thin line between arrogance and confidence. And he's treated as arrogant in a lot of these situations. He's treated as someone who's like looking down on people. But if you get to know Brian, you'll actually realize that he is one of the humblest, most gracious people that you will meet, but he is incredibly confident. So what's the difference there? It's because, as Brian says, if you've been there, if you've done that, if you've achieved the thing that you're talking about, if you're speaking from experience, that's not arrogance. That's confidence in your abilities, in your understanding, in your knowledge. And maybe Brian says some things coming from places that he doesn't know as much about. But pretty much anytime Brian's speaking about marketing, copywriting, direct response, list building, relationships with your customers, business, he knows what he's talking about because of his experience. And that's real confidence. So you understand, number one, from Mel Robbins, that confidence is something that you can grow, not something that you have or don't have, right? It's something that you can grow. Number two, from Brian, we learned that confidence is based on your experience. Now, it's arrogance if you show up and you fake it till you make it. That's arrogance. If somebody's coming across like that and they don't know what the heck they're talking about, that's not confidence, that's arrogance. And that will get you, that'll get you run over from anybody that actually has real confidence and real experience and real competence. So how do you get from point A to point B? How do you get from not having the confidence that you want to having all the confidence that you need to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve? Well, Mel Robbins, actually, her 5-second rule is a great starting point because she emphasizes action. She emphasizes count to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just take action. Just do it. If you're having trouble getting out of the bed in the morning, count to 5 and get up. If you're having trouble making that phone call, count to 5 and get up, or and dial. If you're having trouble, whatever you're having trouble with, count to 5 and then do it. Well, that speaks to actually Dan Sullivan's 4 C's formula for confidence. He says that confidence isn't just confidence. Confidence does not come like out of nowhere. Confidence actually comes out of a process, and you can either have this happen to you accidentally, or it can be something that you proactively develop, that you actually work on, that you build. And the way that you build confidence, and actually I believe in this so much and I apply it so much that I've written it here to my left of my desk where I can look at it every day, and I often look at it as I'm getting up and sitting down. It's Dan Sullivan's 4 C's process for developing confidence. So number one, when you start with anything, you're not going to be you're not going to be confident at it. You're not going to think that you can do it, because you can't. You're going to have fear of failure. You are going to realize that you might try this and you might not succeed. You might fail. In fact, failure might even be likely. Sometimes I think I have a curse of understanding failure too well. And so I expect failure too much, and that hurts my confidence. Sometimes I'm jealous of people who are able to just take action. But I know that, like, Mel Robbins is in the same place, and Brian Kurtz is in the same place, and Dan Sullivan is in the same place, that we understand failure is possible and that we're not confident at certain things. The difference then is, how do you become confident? So number one, you have to commit to taking action. And that, at this point, you might be like Mel Robbins and you might have to count to 5. And then number two, the second C is courage. So you have to have courage. You have to act with courage. You have to feel the fear and do it anyway. You have to move. You say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do this. I got it. Let's go. And so you commit to taking a specific action even though you were not confident. You act with courage. You take the action. Now, one of two things is going to happen. You're going to achieve what you want to achieve, or you're going to fail. You're going to fail, or you're going to win. You're going to fail, or you're going to win. Now, what's probably going to happen if you're fairly new at any pursuit, any endeavor, and I think about this a lot as a copywriter, direct marketer, somebody who has to write messages that move audiences, you're going to try things and they're going to fail. And then you're going to fail. And then you're going to maybe succeed. And then you're going to fail and fail and fail. And then you're going to succeed. And then you're going to fail and fail. And then you're going to succeed and succeed and then fail. And then succeed, fail, succeed. Like, it's not all rosy. It's not all an upward path. There's a lot of failure in there, especially when you are learning something. And sometimes that's going to erode your confidence, and you're going to have to look back at that commitment you made. You're going to have to say, am I really committed to this? Do I have the courage to get back up after I've been knocked down to keep trying? And if you do that, and you continue to do it through failures and successes, and you learn from your failures and you learn from your success, you're going to develop the third C, which is competence. Competence, that's skills and abilities to do whatever it is that you want to do. So you committed, you acted with courage, and now you're competent. You're developing the skills that you need. And then we get back to Brian Kurtz, who says, it's not arrogance, it's not bragging if you've done that. Listen, Brian's level of competence is like way out here, but he talks about this much. And he's treated as arrogant because most people don't understand that his competence is way out here, and he's actually being humble when he's talking about this much, because this much is like this much to everybody else. Have you built a $100 million, $150 million company, been an integral part of the team that did that? Well, so when Brian's talking about direct marketing, and he's talking about that, he's talking about this much of his experience and his competence, and his confidence comes out. His confidence comes out because he is completely competent at what he's talking about. And if you don't understand that, you treat it as arrogance. But if you understand that he's gone through this process of committing, acting with courage, gaining competence, and then feeling confidence, and then he does it all over again and all over again and all over again. And that's the emphasis that Dan Sullivan puts on it. You're doing this on a daily basis. So it's not like, 10 years from now, you're going to have confidence. You're going to commit to something. You're going to act with courage. You're going to develop a little competence, and then you're going to have a little bit of confidence, and then you're going to commit to doing more, and then you're going to act with more courage, and then you're going to develop more competence, and then you're going to have more confidence. And it's a process, and your confidence grows, and you nurture it through this process, and it grows. And that's how you develop this confidence. And so you get somebody who steps on stage in front of 1,000 people, and they're completely comfortable and nonchalant and laid back up there, and they're just able to speak from their experience, and they look so incredibly confident when you couldn't get up at Toastmasters without saying, realize that they were probably in a similar spot at some point too. It's just that they've done it over and over and over and over and over and over again, sometimes failing in a big way. Sometimes failure is the biggest gift that you can get because you learn way more from that sting of failure than from like the glow of success. And so if you want to develop confidence, follow this process. I'll make sure to include resources, actually, again, the links in the description from Mel Robbins, from Brian Kurtz, and from Dan Sullivan on these. And really take that in and understand that you can have the confidence that you want to have to achieve what it is that you want to achieve, to do what you want to do. You're not going to get it like overnight. Nobody's going to be able to teach you some mantra that you can say to like hype yourself up. Some of that helps. That helps at the phase between commitment and courage to actually taking action. But the way that you're going to get that real unstoppable confidence is by doing this over and over again and developing yourself in those ways. And then people are going to look at you and they're going to say, how do they do it? How does he do it? How does she do it? She's so confident. It must be so fortunate to be born with that. And you're just gonna like smile. You're gonna laugh a little bit. Hopefully you'll, if it's a teaching moment, you'll use it as a teaching moment. You can teach them the 4 C's as well. But you can have that confidence that people look at you and say, oh, it must be wonderful to be born confident. And you'll know. They won't see all your failures, all your struggles, all of those times when you were so fearful that you didn't take action, when you let the fear overwhelm your courage. But you'll know, and that will only increase your confidence. So if you found this content valuable, make sure I'm also including a link in the description to Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. I talk about marketing, copywriting, internet business building, personal development stuff, and a whole lot more. I'm talking about more and more personal development stuff recently because you can know a million marketing tactics, and if you don't have your head straight, you won't achieve what it is that you want to achieve. And so sign up at Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. You'll get Monday through Thursday articles on marketing, copywriting, business building, personal development, and more. On Friday, you'll get videos from me as well. And again, if you like this, make sure you like the video. If you have something to say, make sure, whether you agree with me, disagree with me, or want to add to the conversation, add a comment in the comment section. If you feel like other people would get value from this, share it with them. And make sure that you subscribe to me as well, so that you can get future content, so that you can get access to all the back videos. So be sure to browse through that. There's a lot of valuable information there. And really looking forward from today, I'm in this place where I feel a brand new energy to help entrepreneurs and other high achievers live happier, healthier, and more prosperous lives. And so this is going to include all sorts of new content along these lines to help you live a happier, healthier, and more prosperous life through business, through personal development, through growing yourself, growing your business, growing your career, whatever. I'm here for you, and I'm going to be providing as much more valuable content as I can. And so again, make sure you're subscribed, both on YouTube and at breakthroughmarketingsecrets.com. And you can join me in this mission. You can join me in this movement. You can live a happier, healthier, and more prosperous life. And I look forward, again, my name is Furr. I look forward to seeing you again in our next video. Talk to you soon. Bye.